Hello. So what is Microsoft Sentinel Analytic Rules Management script? This is a script that I prepared, so it's a custom script for managing massive operations against Sentinel Analytic Rules. Specifically, the script can do the following actions. It can create rules, it can get template and rules, meaning that it can list the existing templates and rules in a CSV file. It can backup the existing rules, exporting them as JSON file, so as Azure Resource Manager templates. It can delete rules and update rules. Update rules means backup, if you opt for having a backup, delete them and recreate them according to the newest template available. It's important to notice that the script ignores the templates and rules created from the Sentinel legacy gallery. Also, custom rules are ignored. So the script considers only the templates installed by solutions, also known as packages, installed in Content Hub. The prerequisite for launching the script are PowerShell 7, or later, a AZ accounts PowerShell module, Entra ID credentials with adequate permissions in Sentinel. So the minimum role is a Microsoft Sentinel contributor at Sentinel resource group level. So how to use the script? First of all, before using the script, it's highly recommended to update the solutions in Sentinel. Then it's worth to, you have to download the latest version of the script from GitHub, set the parameters which describe the local Sentinel environment, meaning the subscription ID, the resource group, the Sentinel workspace name, etc. Set the execution mode, which is the action to be executed. Set the specific parameters for the selected execution mode, then open PowerShell and launch the script file with the parameters set. What to expect? First of all, you will see if the launching checks are satisfied, you will see a line which invites you to open a browser and write the device code specified by the script and then complete the authentication. So at that point, you have to use your authorized user with the adequate permission in Sentinel. There is an interactive output in the PowerShell window. At the end, there are some statistics. There is a detailed log file in the same launching directory. And it's worth to notice that when you launch the script, you can simulate all write actions. So you are not really doing any change in Sentinel if you set the simulate only parameter to true. For testing purposes, you can also limit the number of write execution or simulated write execution if you want to a fixed number. It's enough to set the limit to max number of rules parameter to a positive integer value. So let's see the script in action. So first of all, we have to go to GitHub. Now, today, the script is available in my own repo, but I'm hopefully changing its location. Doesn't change anything. You have to go here and download the script accordingly. sorry, here, the download raw file. Okay, now I put the script in a specific folder where I can manage it easily. Okay, so I just copied the script in this location under GetTemplates. Here I have already prepared some folders which can be useful. Let's take a look to the script in Visual Studio Code. Okay, the initial part of the script is a description of what it contains. Then the script has a few sections, I'm sorry, a commandlet section containing all the commandlets that can be used according to your needs. And helper function sections, which typically should not be used directly. It's there just to organize the content of the script. And yeah, let me finish collapsing this section. And then a launching section. This is the important part because it's the one that you where you have to make your changes in order to launch the script. So if you want to start, if you open the script, if you in your editor and you want to start from here, you just search for the word launching section, and you get here. So what you have to do here, you have to set your environment parameters: subscription ID, resource group name, workspace name, region, for example, the West Europe in my case. You can select a separator character for in the CSV files managed by the script. If you don't specify separator character, the script will use the local culture separator. And then you should define the execution mode. The execution mode by default is null. So if by accident you launch the script without setting the parameters, the script doesn't not anything. But you can uncomment one of these following lines, of course, just one. For example, if I want to backup my rules as ARM templates, I just uncomment this one. Okay, and at this point you have one of the execution mode selected, and you go to the following part related to that execution mode. For example, if you uncomment the GetTemplates, you have this part to consider. If you uncomment the GetRules, you have the following part to consider, etc. Each of these parts has its own parameters to be set. For example, GetTemplates and GetTemplates requires the output CSV file for the templates identified by the script. The GetRules requires the output CSV file for the rules identified by the script. The NewRules ask you to set the optional simulate only parameter, as well as the optional limit to max number of rules parameter. If you do not want to limit, just leave it as null or use a negative number. The optional input CSV file where you can specify the template to be considered, and the severity to include. This is also optional. All these parameters are optional as written here. The severity to include, you can set any of those severities: informational, low, medium, high. Similar for backup rules, you have just to select the backup folder. So once again, backup rules extract the existing rules as JSON ARM files. So you have just to specify the backup folder, and you can select the severity of the templates to be considered, meaning that the script will only extract as JSON files the rules which are related to template with that specific selected severity, or severities. If you select more than one, you can select 2, 3, or 4, or if you just leave to null, it will consider all the severities. The final two modes are DeleteRules and UpdateRules. In this case, once again, you can set the possibility to simulate the execution limit number of rules to be deleted or updated. Same is here for update. Backup folder, if you specify it, you can have the rules saved as extracted as a JSON file, the input CSV file where you can write the rules to be considered, and the severity to include. Same for UpdateRules. Once again, UpdateRules means that the rules identified by the severity of the related template and by the input CSV files will be deleted and recreated. So it's very, very important to backup any customization that you have done to your existing rules before doing an update. You can backup it by yourself. You can use the backup folder here so that the script will backup as ARM templates, because at the end you will have new rules with updated template, but any customization that you made to the parameters of the rules and to the query of the rule will be lost. So you have to reapply all your customization to the updated rules. This is the way that the updated rules work. Of course, if you have not made customization, the update rules just work as you may expect. So at the end you will have new rules with new IDs, but they are exactly they will contain exactly the information included in the updated templates. Okay, so it's time to show you how it works. Let me set the parameters, and I'll show you how it works. Okay, so I have just completed the setup of the input parameters. Now I'm ready to launch the script. I changed the current directory in PowerShell 7 to the directory containing the script, and I can finally launch it. Okay, here I have it. So in this first example, I'm using the GetTemplates execution mode. So it just the script warns me that the file template.csv that I specified as parameter for the output CSV file already exists. It asks me if I want to continue. Yes, I want. Now the script asks me to open a browser and to write there the device code. So let me do it. Yeah, I have the browser opened. Let me put it here, and I have to enter the device code. So just go here. Next. Now I have to authenticate with my user in this environment. Okay, the authentication is complete. Now I have just to wait. And the script starts. Let's wait for the end of the execution. In my environment, I have 194 installed templates, meaning templates installed by solutions in the Content app. Okay, the script is about to finish. Yeah, the script has finished just right now. I have, I can see the number of processed templates as well as the number of templates were processed with errors, which is 0, fortunately. In this case, I have a new log file, which is this one. Okay, let's take a look. It doesn't contain anything because it just in this execution, the script is just listing the output in the output CSV file the existing template. Let's see what it has produced. I go here, and yeah, this is the templates files that was just created. Okay, so I have my existing templates here. And for each of them, I have the severity. I can see if there is at least one rule for that template, and the package, meaning the solution in Content tab, which was used to install the template. It's very important this template CSV file can be used to create the input CSV file for the other execution mode optionally requiring an input CSV file. It's enough to have here a column named display name with the list of template to be included. So you can just, for example, filter by the column where at least one rule already exists when it's equal to true, because if it's false, maybe the template is not really relevant. Then when you have filtered by that, you can just delete the rows which are not relevant for you, so you can leave only the display names of the template which you want to consider. Okay, so the same is for launching the script as GetRules. In that case, you get similar file. I already did it and I show you. So the rules files is something like that. You get file like this. So you get a rule display name, rule ID enabled. If the rule is enabled, update available. If the rule template is greater, the rule template version is greater than is lower than the template version. In this case is false, for example. In this case is true because the rule template version is 1.0.0, while the template version, so the newest version in the Content hub is 1.0.2. You get the information about the template, so the template package, the template display name, and the template severity. So this is what you get when you launch it by using GetRules. Let's try to launch the script by using NewRules at this point. So we go here and we ensure that we are doing just for simulation right now. Then we will do it in a different way. Let's put it in this way. So -1 meaning or null, it's the same, meaning that we do not want to limit the rules to be created. The input CSV file, we can specify it, for example. In this case, we use template in. I prepared that file. It's not, once again, it's not mandatory. You can leave it. You can avoid to specify it. In that case, all the template will be considered. But if I put template in, I will be sure that only these templates will be used. The template in files requires just the display name column. The other columns are not relevant, not used in this case. As you can imagine, I created this file by starting from the template CSV, which was produced by GetTemplates. Okay. So I use this template in, and I can decide, for example, to put to select low or low, medium, and high, for example. So let me do it in this way. Copy. Let me put it here. Save and launch again the execution. Oh, maybe I was not. Yeah, okay. I was not selecting this. So let me do new rules. Okay, okay, now the script will start for sure. Yeah, okay, so the script warns me that I set simulate only to true, meaning that nothing will be done. I know that this is what I want, so I can proceed. Once again, I have to open the web browser and authenticate. So let me go here, device login, which is the page specified. Let me copy the device login code. Once again, I have to authenticate. Okay, I'm authenticated. Now I'll see, yeah, the execution has started. I'll see that the script will start considering all the templates. Let's wait for the end. While this happens, I can see which rules are created, meaning which templates are considered. According to what? According to the input CSV file that I have specified, as well as according to the severity that I have specified. I see that at the end I get kind of statistics of what the template has done, meaning that 194 templates were processed, 9 rules were created in a simulated way, and there are no errors. Of course, it is a simulation, so it's difficult. And 185 templates were skipped because they were filtered out by the CSV file and by the severity that I specified. Once again, I can take a look to the the log file produced. Let's open it here, and here I get all the details related to the execution. Okay, so I get all the details of what was done, which template were skipped, why they were skipped. For example, display name not in the CSV file. In this case, I may have other templates skipped because of the severity, which is probably not the case in the situation, but this is what happened. Okay, now let's continue. I'll do the execution in backup rules mode. In this case, we see here below what happens. I have specified a folder as a backup folder, and the severity to include I can select a shorter number of severity to include. For example, let's do medium and high in this case. So let's do like this. Otherwise, I will have all the. If I select null for severity to include, it means that it will backup all my existing rules, which can be interesting, but it's not what I want in this run. So okay, I should be ready to start. Let's do it. Okay, now in this case, it just asks me to authenticate, device login once again. Okay, I'm authenticated. Now let's wait for the end of the execution. In the meantime, I can open the folder which will contain, yeah, the script is backing up my existing rules. Just want to show you what happens if I use one of this backup for changing a rule. So I can go to changing, I mean, as a template in Azure. For restoring, for example, I can go to deploy custom template. So I just go here. I can use that one of these rules, for example. Let's use this one. Okay, in this case, as you can see, the file is correctly formatted. The rule that I am about to overwrite as display name cross-tenant access setting organization blah blah. I can go and proceed, selecting the resource group that I want. Next. No errors at this point, and I can just, in this case, I'm just proceeding, meaning that I'm just updating an existing rule. Nothing changes because I'm not restoring a rule deleted, but it can be used, this procedure, to restore a deleted rule or a changed rule. I can, of course, change the GUID, the GUID of the rules. In that case, I will create a duplicate. It's enough to create a new GUID in the JSON file. So if I open it in Visual Studio, the rule to be changed is, the GUID is here, is at the end. So is this one, is 2 points, as you can see. Yeah, it's here in the name and above in the ID. So I can just create a new GUID, and if I want, I can also change the display name of the existing rule. So I can change here. I can put, for example, a prefix stating that this is a modified rule. Okay, so this is the way to backup the existing rules. The script is probably finished. Yes. Okay. Now I can show you, for example, how to update rules or delete rules. Let's do directly the update rules, because it contains also the delete, as I told you already. So let's go to update rules. Update rules, I specified simulate. In this case, no limit in terms of maximum number of changes. Backup folder, yes, I'm specifying the backup folder, which is, in this case, is optional, as well as for delete it is optional, while for of course for backup it's mandatory. Okay, so in this case it is optional, the backup folder, but I'm specifying it because it's really useful. I'm specifying an input CSV file with the list of the rules that I want to update. I show you here. I show you now what is included there, and the severity included, for example, in this case, is medium. So let me show you what is happening here. Let me show you the file. CSV file is this one. So rules in is the file. Okay, so the only rules that will be updated will be the rules with update available equal to true. We have 1, 2, and 3, and I have specified the severity equal to medium. So this is high, so meaning that this will be ignored, while this is medium. So at the end, the only rules that I am expecting that will be updated, this is a simulation in this case, are the detect DNS queries and TIMAP URL entity to security alert data. Please note that there are two instances of this rule. One is already updated. This will be ignored, while one requires an update. Okay, so let's see here in Sentinel. Let's go to Sentinel and see what is the situation in terms of existing rules. The situation in my Sentinel is this one. I have 15 rules, 15 existing rules. Some of them require an update, and my expectation is that this one and this one, if I'm not mistaken, will be updated by this run. Of course, it's just a simulation in this case. Then we will do the real execution. So let me save, if I've not already saved the file. Done. Now, again, let's run it. So once again, it specifies that this is a simulation. Once again, it asks me to authenticate. Let me go here and go to device login. Okay, it's authenticated. Let's wait for the end of the execution at this point. Second rule has been identified and updated in a simulated way. Okay, so the execution has ended. I can see that two rules were updated as expected. So let's see in the log file what happened. Oh no, sorry, I have to open it here. Yes. So we see, for example, some templates were skipped because no rule was existing. Some templates were skipped because of the severity. Some templates were considered, but the rules were skipped because the ID of the rules was not, in this case, in the CSV file. Here we see the first rule, which was updated in a simulated way. We see that this was the one of detect DNS. We see that the update means backup because we specify the backup folder, delete and recreate the rule. And here we have the second one, which is as expected, the TIMAP URL entity to security alert data. And we can see that this one was updated in a simulated way, while there are two other rules related to the same template which were skipped. The first one was skipped because update not needed. We saw that there was that specific rule with the version already updated, and there was another one which was created with the same template. It was basically a copy of the one of the older one, so it could be updated, but the ID was not in the CSV file, so it was skipped also. Okay, so this was the execution. At the end, we get also in the log file, we get the statistics, and this is exactly how it works. Now let's do the execution in not in a simulated way, but in the real way. So simulation is, so let's set to false, and let's see what happens here. Good. it doesn't worry me about simulation because this is not a simulation. Okay, the execution has started. There is an error. Okay, in this case, the rule was created successfully. So one was not updated. Interesting. I mean, one was deleted but not recreated, while the second one was deleted and recreated. Interesting. We have the backup, so we can restore. It's interesting situation to show you. Yes, we have one error, and let's see what happens. Here it writes that two were updated, but one is an error. Let's see what happened. Oh, custom field given column does not exist. Interesting. It's worth to analyze in detail. Let's see what happened. What happened in Sentinel. So we were in this condition with this rule, and this rule requiring an update. I may expect that we have one rule less because one was deleted but not recreated, and the other one was the TI map URL entity security data was correctly updated, as well as now it's exactly as this one. If I want to restore the one that was deleted and not recreated, I can simply find its template here. Sorry. So I have to go to backup. It was the first one, so if I'm not mistaken, it should be this one. Let's do it. As you can see, every time the templates will be written, because there is a GUID, the backup is a GUID followed by the time of the execution. So if I go here now to restore, to deploy custom template, I can restore the one which was not correctly, should be this one, recreated. Let's see if it is DNS. If it is DNS, yeah, it should be this one, DNS, detect DNS query reporting, blah, blah. So save, let's proceed. Archive Sentinel. Create. Okay, now let me refresh. I get back 15 and I get back the rule which was deleted but not recreated. And at this point, it's interesting to analyze and to troubleshoot the reason why it doesn't recreate according to the new template. Now, I want to show you a massive action. For example, let's do like this, massive creation of rules. So let's do like this. Let's go back here, and the execution mode, let's do in this way. Let's do as a new rule, new rules. Okay, now let's go to new rules, simulate only, let's put it to false. Limit, again, -1. Input CSV file, I do not care. I want to consider all the templates, in this case, all the templates of which severity, for example, severity high. I haven't checked if I have solutions to be updated. Let's go into Content tab and do this check because it's very important. Yes, I have Azure activity which should be updated. Let's see the status. Update available. See how many. I have 2 of them, so it's worth this at this point. Before creating the rules, as I said, it's worth to update these solutions. So update is in progress for this one. Okay, good. And now this one. Perfect. So now all my solutions are up to date. Let's go back. Once again, I have 15 rules, as you can see. And now I'm ready to create the new rules related to all the existing templates that I have installed with my solutions, but just considering the templates with severity high in this case. So let's see what happens. No, it's not a simulation. This will create rules. So let's do it. Okay, I have to authenticate. This is the code. The authentication is done. Now the execution has started. I may expect to see errors. It's absolutely normal because sometimes there are no conditions to create rules. In this case, the first one was created successfully. Now we see another one which gets an error. Also, if I do it manually, the same rule will end with an error. So this is absolutely expected because, for example, there are missing tables, missing columns. It depends on how the rule is written. Okay, so the execution has finished. I see that 28 rules were created successfully, while 4 rules have errors. Let's see it in Sentinel. I was with 15 active rules. If I refresh it, now I can see that the rules are 43. Of course, most of them are high severity because I selected the filter for high severity. All of them are enabled. You can see that for all of them, the source name is specified. So I can check it. I can compare it with the template. If I do it, for example, I see that the existing rules and new rules are basically the same. I see some differences here, but it's just the order of the same fields. Okay, so no real difference. So they were created exactly as the template. And what to say? Of course, worth to highlight that it's not really a best practice typically to create rules massively as I am doing here, because 100% doing something like this will create a lot of noise, meaning a lot of false positives in the incidents queue in Sentinel. This is somehow you should expect this, meaning that after such a massive creation, you have to prepare to do some action of noise reduction, doing tuning, fine tuning of your rules, or or let me say, because it's another option which can be done also with fine tuning, but it does not really require fine tuning. You can create some automation for doing triage. For example, using the Sentinel automated triage assistant, which can be found in GitHub at aka.ms/mstat, SMSTAT. This is a framework of playbooks that automates the triage of the incident, and this will highly reduce the incident queues of active incident. So you have to put in place some strategies for reducing the noise if you massively create such a big amount of rules. Okay, now that we have created massively those rules, let's do something different. Let's see if I can. I have all these rules with a lot of rules which should be updated. Let's massively update all the existing rules. I may expect to see some errors also in the update. But once again, I can backup and restore if needed. So let me do in this way. Let's go back in update rules, and this time I will do it without any filter. So I will update all the rules that require an update. So severity to include, let me put it to null. Okay. Let me avoid any input CSV file, so all rules will be considered. I'm going to backup, simulate false, limit equal null. Okay, I'm ready to start. Save it. Good. Let's do this one. Let's do it again. I have to authenticate. This is the code. Take the browser. Let's login. Okay, the execution has started once again. I may see in a moment that new backup will be created. For all the rules that will be updated. Hopefully, most of them successfully. Let's see. We already know that one of those rules will not succeed. Yeah, exactly. We get the error for that one once again. Okay, so two rules updated, one with error, as we already know, and the other one, which are there in my environment. So let's go here in Sentinel. So we see that there are more rules which require an update. Okay, one was having error. I should check why the other were not updated. Let's see. I should check in the log file, of course. So the log file should give me an idea why something was not updated. So this one should be updated. Front door premium WAF access S should be updated. Let's see. Okay, this one was not instead. Let's check search for this one, for example. Let's check for this one in the log file. It's here. Okay. Rule skipped. It did not in the input CSV file, but I was not specifying this input CSV file. What is happening here? I don't know. Let me check if I was really avoiding the input CSV file. Oh, yeah, I understand. Most probably the execution was executed. Okay, I probably have understood. Let's do it again in this way. Because probably the input CSV file was taken from the previous run. That's what happened, most probably. So I have to rerun again. Okay. So let's do it again. Apologies for the error. I was not considering it. Okay. Yeah. Because in the previous run, I was setting that variable and it was its value was maintained by the current PowerShell session. Okay, the execution is finished. In this case, so we have 4 rules updated with 0 errors. Let's go here and let's check that there are no more rules requiring an update. Yeah, everything is fine. The only one that was not updated previously can be once again restored by using the backup of its template. We have it. In this case, I'm not going to do it because I already showed you how to do it. The final operation that I want to do right now is to delete everything. So let's do this exercise. Let me set the exact mode to delete rules. Let me go to the delete rules in here. Let me write simulation is false. False. Okay. Limit number. I don't want to limit anything. Backup folder. In this case, I don't want to set a backup folder. Oops. Sorry. Because I have already the relevant backups that I need. I don't want to set an input folder, an input file, CSV file, and I do not want to set severity. So let me write it to null. So I want just backup. Well, I just want to delete everything and no backups needed in this situation. I just want to restart my lab environment from almost from scratch. I want to show you what happens here. So let's do it. Yeah, should be everything. Okay. login. So yeah, I am with 42 rules, device login. Now let's do this. Huh. In this case, it doesn't work, and I don't know why. There is an error. I got an error while authenticating. It's not a problem. It just informs me about the error. Launch the script. Let me re-authenticate. Device login. Okay, now I may expect that the delete will go through without any problem. Yeah, as expected. Okay, so what I'm going to expect at the end of this execution, I'm going to expect, my expectation is that almost all rules will be deleted. I mean almost, because some of the rules existing right now, I'm not yet refreshing, but some of the rules existing right now are not from the solution, but they are from the gallery, so they will not be touched. Specifically, if there is no template here available, compare with template, it means that they will not be considered. So my expectation that I will, at the end of this execution, I will remain with just a few rules, existing rules. Okay, the script has finished. I see that 37 rules were deleted. No errors in this case, fortunately. Let's see what happened here. Yeah, I remained with just a few rules. As expected, some of them could not be deleted just because they were not coming from a solution in the content tab. I see that the near real-time rules were not deleted for other reasons. I will check in the code if there is some kind of switch which avoids the deletion of NRT rules, and most probably there is some kind of switch of this I was not aware of. I didn't notice, and I will ensure that also those rules will be deleted in the next update of my script. But doesn't change a lot. This doesn't change a lot. So as you can see, the script can be used to massively create rules, delete rules, update existing rules, backup as ARM files, which can be directly reused to re-import those templates in Azure, so to recreate rules deleted by mistake, or if you have customization and you want to restore, you can use those templates just to copy back the customization into the updated rules. So it's something which is possible. So at this point, I can say that it's all I want to show you. And yeah, thank you for watching this video, and I hope that the script will be useful. Thank you. Bye.